Hello, my name is Jupiter Hadley, and today we're doing another version of Jupi Plays All the Games, this time with my first game jam, Summer Edition. This game jam is for people who haven't made a game before, or haven't participated in a jam before, or haven't used a specific engine before, just sort of challenge themselves to make a game. There are quite a few entries in this jam, and I'm playing all of them for about a minute each. The optional theme was a spin on a popular story or myth. It wasn't required, though. If you want to check out the games, there'll be links in the descriptions to each one, so feel free to play them further. All my info is also in the description, and at the end I'll have an article of my favorites on Game Jolt's Fireside. Thank you very much for watching and liking and commenting. Next. We're playing Knossos. Alright. Oh. Enemy approaches you. Alright, let's attack. Alright, so we used our sword. It took 9 damage, and then it bit us. Oh wow, so our sword does quite a bit of damage. 2 attacks, it's done. Alright. So, tab back. Alright. And I have 2 bats to attack. Alright, so we've been attacked. We'll probably be able to kill one, right? Let's look at our HP. Nah, we're probably fine. Alright, now we can attack this one a couple of times. Awesome. That was defeated. You've leveled up. Level 2 strength, right? You've gained the power of preparation. Alright. What's in our inventory? Your blade seems to shimmer brighter. That must be a trick of the light. Oh. Alright. Alright, the maze stretches and you tried to rest, but you didn't have a tent or cost. I just want to know. Yeah, there we go. The trapdoor sits below you. You proceed deeper into the labyrinth. This guy doesn't. Yeah. Minotaur stands before you, silent and unmoving. The Minotaur slumbles away to nothing before you. Alright, so we've just slayed the Minotaur. That was a lot easier than I thought it would be. Now we have a rat. We shall attack it. It gnawed at us. Attacking it. Alright. The rat was defeated and gained some XP. Seems like a pretty neat game. I'm surprised that enemy just went away. Alright, the sigils carved into the wall in front of you seem eligible. You will only proceed if you seek out fruitless dead ends and corridors. It also looks like there's some inscrutable contraption that allows you to write a 4-digit code. I have no idea what this code is. Seems like a pretty mysterious, eerie game. Next. We're playing 2 truths and a ... Thieves with play with sound on, done. Headphones, done. Content warnings are available for this game. Just be warned, there's content. Start game. Welcome to Deerbrook, Massachusetts, population 20,006. Not quite a sleepy town, but still sort of waking up. Too far from Boston to be considered part of the metro area. In fact, any further south and you'd practically be in Rhode Island. But it's close enough to make the drive worth it once in a while, if you can stomach the traffic. It could be worse. You could be in Connecticut. It's a New England July, hot and sticky and humid, but you're used to these kinds of summers. You've lived here your whole life. And you are? Rashida or Ivy? Well, Ivy's easier for me to read, so I'll be Ivy. That's right, you're Ivy. You and your best friend Rashida moved here a few years ago from another smallish town on the other side of the state. Same shit, different zip code. You're just glad you got to stick together. You don't know how things would have turned out if you weren't there to support her. You're spending your summer vacation doing your favorite thing. Fuck all. Well, okay. You're also working for your dad at this hardware store, but you've got plenty of time to hunker down in your garage with Rashida, listening to the rush of the box fan propped at an angle in the corner while you both work. It's been pretty great. Your house is near the edge of town, where the town meets an ocean of gently sloping grassy hills, and those hills are ridged with a bristle of black trees along the horizon. It's a familiar sight. You see it every day, which is why you've noticed something's off. Perched out in the hills, just before the tree line, is a lone wind turbine. You've never seen it before. It wasn't there yesterday. You would have noticed. You stop on a usual bike ride to work to peer out into the hills. There is no mistaking it for anything else. It's definitely a wind turbine, the kind you see on wind farms generating clean energy, only there's just one, standing out starkly on the horizon, making the hills look vast and empty around it. Well, whatever, you've got to get to work. After a morning full of mixing paint, pointing out the finer differences between screws, thread sizes, and loading lumber on the back of people's trucks, you are ready to have the rest of the day to yourself, to enjoy. For a part-time job, it's not too bad. You're even getting pretty buff. On your way home on your bike, you can't help but notice the wind turbine again. Surely you would have noticed some construction out in the hills. Was it built overnight? You spend the rest of the day chilling in your garage with Rashida. She's all into macro photography these days, and she's been spending the last week taking super close-up of soft-focus sawdust and rusty screws and the occasional really cool-looking bug. You, on the other hand, have been getting your radio on. You're one of those amateur shortwave hobbyists sending messages back and forth with other radio enthusiasts, but you have a particular niche interest. Number stations, man. For decades, people have been finding shortwave frequencies broadcasting nothing but synthesized voices and sometimes Morse code, repeating the same message over and over. They're usually in the form of numbers or NATO-phonetic alphabet, but sometimes you hear modulated tones that you're convinced must contain some meaning in themselves. And, of course, there's the interval signal, a few bars of some famous piece of music, like the Lincolnshire Poacher, to signal the upcoming message. Well, this seems interesting. I feel like that wind turbine's going to have more of an important role in it, and that niche hobby is quite unique. So, that seems interesting. It seems like it's going to be an interesting summer in the middle of nowhere. It's very well written as well. Next. We're playing Windlands. Scout was lying in bed, trying and failing to fall asleep for the past 2 hours. Muffled voices of a news broadcast could be heard through the door, something about bad weather. She thought about joining her roommate in front of the TV, but didn't feel like talking and had to get up early the next day. Lying there, she remembered the stories she would read when she was younger. There was the one with a boy raised by animals, another with all the dances and glass slippers, but one in particular always stuck with her. In it, a boy is dressed as a wolf, leaves his home and goes into the wild. He meets wild animals and becomes their king, for he is the wildest among them. Scout had been thinking a lot about this story for the past few days. A few hours later, she woke up with a start. A nightmare was slipping fast through her memories. Something about a wolf. About wolves. Outside, she could hear the faint howls of wolves echoing. For a moment, she thought she was still asleep, but quickly she realized otherwise. The wolves howled again. It felt like they were calling to her. Scout jumped out of bed and rushed to the bathroom, splashing cold water on her face. Now, standing at the head of the path leading into the woods, one she had not gone down in many years, Scout wondered if she had just imagined the wolves. However, she quickly dismissed the thought and started down the path. She was concerned she'd get lost in the overgrown forest, but her muscle memory led her through. And she is 10 again, running blindly towards the forest, mad at her parents for something she had already forgotten. She does not yet know she would follow the same path to her sanctuary hundreds of times until 5 years later, until it's not far enough. Alright. Oh, so it's just like a little story. How do I jump up there? I can just climb up the vines. I have an awfully small jump. There we go. Oh, I think I got caught in the tree. Oh, I should have jumped on top of the branches, probably. That stinks. I have to reload the whole game to restart. It was a very cute story. I kind of want to go and play with the wolves, and I very much like this main character's animation. Her almost sheet of hair moving is quite cool. I wonder what made it not far enough. Next. We're playing the game Red. I'll take it back. I'll rip it right out of his chest. Every that he took away from us. Rest now. I'll be your revenge. Right. Oh, this looks quite cool. Those are some red spikes. Ah. The longer you hold jump, the higher you jump. Nope. Let's collect this. Oh, it heals up all of them. I figured it was just one heart that I could collect, but no, it held me up nicely. Healed me up nicely. Ah! Spikes definitely completely kill us. Let's try again. I wonder if I'm that person, if I'm the one trying to be the revenge, so to speak. Monsters are really not to worry about. They just take away one heart. It's them spikes that are going to kill you. I like the trees that sort of whisk across our vision when we're walking. Yeah. I should have went up and replenished our hearts, but I didn't. Yeah. Next. I'm playing the game Vector Dream. This game requires a controller. I have a controller. I have no idea what the controls are though, so. Betcha. We have to fly through these circles. That kind of turns me. Alright, there we go. We did it. One, anyway. Did we not do it? Let's reverse and turn around. I don't really know what we're doing. That circle's still yellow, so we'll go towards that one. I like the music and the graphics. Just don't know what I'm supposed to be doing for this. Go to it and then spin. Weird. Finish. So all I had to do was like go through that one circle the other way. I don't know. It looks kind of neat. Just I don't think I played it right. Next, we're playing DefenseX. New game. Alright, it's about bomb. Set as slot 1, I guess. Play. Upgrade. Sure. Alright, bomb level 3. I have no idea how to play, so. Alright, this seems to be a monster. Do I need a controller for this game as well? No. Alright. Slot 1 reload. I feel like all of these monsters are coming towards me and I have no idea how to fight them. Because there were no instructions. So I have these bombs that I bought. But clicking, spacebar, arrow keys, WASD, enter. None of my keyboard buttons seem to have done anything. So that's slot 2. I don't know. Next. We're playing Revenhall Manor. It's been a week since your uncle died. You never really knew him, so you were surprised to have been named in his will, especially as his only heir. The entire will was odd, really, since it stipulated that you would only get your inheritance if you spent a whole night from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. in his old manor, Revenhall. You thought that sort of thing only happened in movies. At any rate, here you are now. It's 7:50, so it's about time you head in. Your uncle's lawyer is standing impatiently behind you, waiting for you to enter. The time is 7:50 p.m. An imposing iron gate stands open at the front of the courtyard. The lawyer taps at his wristwatch, waiting for you to step through. Your hand rests idly on your messenger bag. You think of your uncle's letter. Let's do messenger bag. So I've got my uncle's letter. Ooh. A letter addressed to you from your uncle. Let's read it. You unfold the letter and begin to read. You never knew me, and I never knew you. However, our family's blood runs in your veins. Your father has refused my plea for aid, but perhaps he will not. There is a curse on our family home, Ravenhill. It will last until one of our blood can cleanse the house of all darkness that has steeped into these grounds. For many generations, our family has worked to do just that, but, as you can gather from my writing you, we have not yet fully succeeded. In fact, the curse has only grown stronger. In my youth, your father and I worked with all the knowledge gathered by previous generations to design a special camera that would capture the souls of the restless and cleanse our house. However, after our falling out, I was unable to complete the camera on my own. Your cousin, my child, managed to solve that problem, but the answer lay with new digital technology. But no sooner had the camera been fully constructed than your cousin was consumed by the curse. Nobody believed me, of course. There was but nobody left to show. In time past, the curse only reared its head in an occurrence every decade. In more recent years, that time has been getting shorter. I do not know why this is happening, just that it is. Lately, there has been an occurrence every day, and I know I won't be able to avoid them much longer. By the time you read this, I fear the occurrence will be taking place every hour. Please stay the night in our family home. The camera is in the mantel in the reception room. It's the first thing you will see when coming in the hall from the foyer. If you do not, the occurrences will run together and consume the house with their darkness. After that, I do not know what will happen. Perhaps the curse will run itself out. Perhaps it will attach to a new house. I will not be around to find out. P.S. Here's the key to the portico door. A key engraved with the word Ravenhill tumbles out of the letter and into your hand. Courtyard. Time is 7:50 p.m. Verdant. An elegant courtyard filled with flowers and over-flowery shrubbery. At its front is the portico. There is a smaller entrance on the northern side. The lord slams the gate shut behind you and leaves. Let's go to the portico. Time is 7:50. A magnificent columned portico with bird baths on each side is made from Neo-Greek style. Go to the foyer. An ovular high-domed foyer done in marble. It is uncluttered except for two larger potted plants. Large double doors lead to the hall and reception. There are smaller rooms on the right and left leading to the ladies' cloakroom and the gentlemen's cloakroom. Let's go to the main hall. A long hall with many archways that opens up to the reception hall. It runs north and south. Let's go to the reception hall. Take the camera, probably. This seems like a really interesting game. I feel like it's going to be quite spooky, but I kind of want to stop the manor from being, I guess, haunted. Although if this ever happened to me in real life, like if there were ghosts and if this happened, I probably just wouldn't take the inheritance. I don't want to stay alone. Or I'd take a friend. I don't want to stay alone here. Next. We're playing Taketori Wars. This is based on the Legend of the Bamboo Cutter. I don't know what that is, but I figured I'd tell you. Alright, sure. Oh. Okay. Oh, I think I killed the princess with my bamboo thing. Alright, so that was... okay. Come here, alien. Alright, so I grow bamboo that I can then use to shoot these like alien things that are trying to steal my princess. So I have a limited number of ammo and have to grow my own. Alright. Here's another one. Yeah. So once I use one, its seeds sort of go back into the ground, maybe? Oh no, now there are tons more. Okay. Come here, little bunny thing. This is a pretty cool little arcade game. I guess that guy just blew himself up. Perfect. Next. We're playing Dreaming Mummy. Don't let the mummy wake up. Press up and down to match the floor. Press enter to start. I don't... What? Oh, yeah, okay. Alright, I think I understand this. Alright, so... like right there. Probably right there. Oh, am I supposed to jump where there, I'm supposed to pick where there is nothing to jump. Why is game over? I don't understand what I'm doing wrong. Okay. Why are you still dying? I feel like the pot's bad. Okay. Oh, I think I got this. Oh, I missed one. Once you missed one, it's like game over. It's a really interesting game. I like all the hieroglyphics on the walls and everything. Next. We're playing the game Roanoke. Welcome, Commander. You've been selected to head our latest expedition to the New World. You will be in charge of the first wave of colonists. The second wave of colonists will arrive 2 years after you. They will need shelter and an established supply base when they get there. Your task is to ensure the needs of the second wave can be met by the end of the second year. Your resources consist of a handful of settlers and enough supplies to get you started. Set up basic food production quickly and work on supporting the next wave. Embark to Roanoke. How to play. Your goal is to build 20 houses and accumulate 200 bread by the end of year 2. Start by building basic bread, iron, and planks. Iron and planks are used to build more buildings. Food is what your people eat. Each person will require 1 unit of bread each day. Don't let your people starve. Alright. So is this us? Planning. What's this? Industry. We want probably bakery. Maybe. Lots of unemployed resources. Production chain. Okay. Flour. Neighborhood resources. Industry. Population. Map. How do I build houses? Probably want a bakery. Probably want a wheat farm. Okay. Got like a little wheat farm. We also probably want a flour mill so that we can take our wheat. And then we also probably want a bakery so that we can make stuff. Alright, and we also need, what's this? Sea? Alright. What's this? Forest? We want some houses over here, probably. Log camp. Let's do a camp. Log camp? No, I don't want a logging camp, actually. Oh. Well, now I have one. Should probably put that near the forest. Anyway. House. Yeah. Have a place to sleep. As hired employee. Sure. Probably want more houses. So you just have to get ready for wave 2. Seems like a pretty neat game. What kind of land is this? Oh, hills? What's this? Desert? A pretty diverse area. Mountains. Interesting. Next.